of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want to fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black, but she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah, so I'm black. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want to fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black, but she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops in the ops. Blocks, I be on the block, while it's crack. Tucked in the sock. It's the help, the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Big guns busting up the jeans, but we was turning on the fiends. Not the great but just like me, dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man go to sand, so we eating up the trash can. People rob pop, extend a hand, cause it don't miss average black man. So for him, that's why I got a nigga ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never be my spot thinking cause I'm black. I see crowns and I take it cause I'm black. I never been in no space. But I know it's UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come. I need it. I'm a faith in God more than Bible readings. Who I don't play that shit. So when you see it, I'm black. I'm really because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah, so I'm black. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah. So I'm black. Learn to flip pennies because I'm black. Know about pennies because I'm black. Yeah, in the hood, we was strapped 10 toes down. With sacks, substitutes like we're black. And you gotta guess when I'm at. I be with the priest chilling hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To get niggas to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard. Yeah. But I don't never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need guards. Everything you say, mad pause. Every move I make is within the laws. And I've been involved, beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. But not for me, I've been official. Homie, I understand why you smoke and press and slave boats, but the Bible is the cheat code. Party bunts don't need those. Motherhood's life's cheat code. Cops want me because I'm black. Cops want to me because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah, so I'm black. Cops want me because I'm black. Cops want me because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's because I'm black. I don't pay 2K just because I'm black. Fought my whole life because I'm black. But I left his eye blue and black. Ain't got a trap because I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. But I'm still getting profile because I think these crackers pro. Scrub the red with dark skin. Baggy sweats with the butter Timbs. So they know they can't butter him. So they ride the gym, sell husband. If you touch him, it's coming. I'm a law keeper. A peace breaker, no tranquility. A peace breaker. Deuce in the street sweeper. Come split up the spouts and shit. Because I would die behind. Voice that shit on my chest and blocking shit. Touch me, I'm all in your blocking shit. I'm black, you think I gotta cock the fifth, but that's a stereotype that's accurate. Cause rappers laying niggas in these cold streets and then tell my brother you gotta beat for me. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah, so I'm black. Cops want to kill me because I'm black. Cops want to drill me because I'm black. Can't get no job because I'm black. She want fuck me because I'm black. I don't like me because I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Judah, so I'm black. So I'm black. Yeah. Clap it up. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Questions in the room, questions on the internet. Let's go. Let's go. Shot, go ahead. I'm waiting for the. Hey, if you want the internet, right? So if you online, you in the chat. I see 4 people watching. Check in. You know what I'm saying? Check in on the chat if you're watching. The shot, go ahead.
What I was asking earlier, in the scriptures it says, "Vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord." At the same time, right? We allowed to defend ourselves. So what's going beyond defending yourself?
Initiate. So if you initiate violence, you initiate an attack, you're not defending yourself.
If you think you're getting retribution for 2 weeks ago, you're initiating violence. Because it's not 2 weeks ago, it's today. You're initiating violence, and that constitutes you being the aggressor. All right?
Wow.
Questions on the internet, questions in the room. Give y'all about 30 seconds just in case y'all typing. Before I hop into my topic, type quick. Type quick, type quick, type quick. All right, thumbs up. A shot. Give me Job 5:19. Y'all watching, y'all know that we talking about longshoremen. We talking about port workers. We talking about dock workers. Brothers that accept your bananas, that accept your furniture, that accept the cars, that accept many of the luxuries that we enjoy inside of America. We talking about them brothers today. We talking about the longshoremen going on strike. This is ISUPK North Jersey. Y'all know we based out of North. And there's a very one of the biggest ports for the longshoremen is in Newark. It's in Newark, New Jersey. And we're going to talk about it today. All right? Let's go.
So
5:19.
It's the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 19.
Let me give y'all some background. Right? I'm going to give y'all some background for Shot. Let me give him some background. So I'm going to share the screen real quick. That's what we're going to do.
That could impact busy ports up and down the East Coast. Today, New York's Romney Smith in Newark, now one of the locations that could see picket lines come this time tomorrow. Romney.
That's right. The clock is ticking right now, darling, because that strike could go into effect at midnight tonight if an agreement isn't reached today. But let me give you some numbers to chew on. One, this union has about 85,000 members throughout the country. It would impact more than a dozen states if the strike happens. And if the strike happens, it will cost upwards of $500 million a day. Now, we know the impact is far-reaching if this strike goes into effect, and it will hit major retailers like Home Depot, IKEA, and Walmart. Items from electronics to canned goods, all on massive cargo ships that we know go in and out every single day. And there's already talk about the potential strike's impact to the winter holiday season, since every day of a strike would take between 3 to 5 days to get back to normal. Now, the International Longshoreman Association union members say they want more money for the work that they provide, and they also want job protection from automated technology. This would be a 6-year contract that they're trying to negotiate right now. President Biden could step in and stop the entire situation, but at this time, he has declined.
Oh.
Why not?
Because it's collective bargaining.
I'll shut them.
Because it's collective bargaining. You are looking at a leader. Real quick, we're going to get right back into it. They said President Biden could prevent you from paying $5 for one bunch of bananas. He can prevent you. Do you remember when a new Honda Civic would be $20,000, $18,000 off the lot? Off the lot.
16, 17, maybe.
A Civic.
Yeah,
a Honda Civic, $16,000 off the lot. Your Honda Civic gonna run you $50,000 off the lot, brand new. Luxury cars are gone. That's not gonna. It's gonna disappear. It's gonna disappear for the average person, man. It's gonna disappear. And President Biden said, "I can't do nothing because collective bargaining agreement. You were looking at a sucker, man. That brother, Slacky, that devil, Slacky, that devil, Joe Biden. What you looking at on this screen right now? That devil, Joe Biden, could help the average American, and he is not going to help the average American. He's going to continue to allow prices to go through the roof prices are already up, and he's going to continue to allow them to go through the roof because President Biden does not care. I'm going to let him continue.
I'll shut them down throughout the world to prove that we can beat them.
Union reps say this is all happening.
They having while you're going to be struggling for groceries, while we all going to be struggling to buy rice, and potatoes, and oil, and meat. He said we're going to have a pissing contest because Joe Biden worried about rice? Huh? Joe Biden not worried about rice. Joe Biden is going to be given rice by the government if it come down to it.
Right.
If it come down to it, Joe Biden, his wife Jill Biden, his sons and daughters are all going to be given rice. They're going to be given rice by the government. They're going to be given meat and vegetables by the government, and water and juice. They're going to be given that by the government. And you are going to be struggling. You're going to struggle. I saw that.
Oh,
you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. You're going to go to the store and you're going to try to buy oatmeal. And the oatmeal that was $1.50 for a pack, you are going to get a pack of Quaker's oatmeal, the variety box, right? The variety box is about 2 and some change now, maybe 3 and some change. That variety pack is going to be $12, $15,
right,
$18 for a variety pack of oatmeal. Do you understand? And Joe Biden said, I can't do nothing because of collective bargaining. I can't do nothing. You understand that? You understand? This is the brother, Slaki. This is the devil. Forgive me. This is the devil that Black Americans, Hispanic Americans are calling their leader. If you voted Democrat or if you voted at all, this is the man that you are calling leader. You're calling him leader. And he said, screw you. He said, I'm going to have rice. I'm going to have bananas. I'm going to have oats. You figure it out.
Because, quote, the United States has declined. Step in and stop the entire situation. But at this time, he has declined.
Why not?
Because it's collective bargaining. I'll shut them down throughout the world to prove that we can beat them.
Union rep.
And the president of the union for the Longshoreman said, I will shut the entire earth down to prove. I will shut the United States down, which is essentially going to begin to shut the earth down. I'm going to shut everything down just to prove that I can beat them. We can beat them. The Longshoremen are important. You understand?
Right.
He said, I'm not going for it. And that is something. Let me tell you something. What that white man is saying is something that Black people have to get inside of their spirits. You have to understand that no matter how hard something gets, you have to have something that you stand on without movement. I will not move off of this square until I get what I want. That is something that Black Americans need to have, because you just saw that devil. That devil just said, what?
Why not?
Because it's collective bargaining. I'll shut them down throughout.
Why not?
Because it's collective bargaining. I'll shut them down throughout the world to prove that we can beat them. Because it's collective bargaining. I'll shut them down throughout the world to prove that we can beat them.
I will shut the earth down. I will shut United States trade down just to prove that I can beat them, to prove that you will not mess with the Longshoremen. I will shut everybody down. That is something that Blacks and Hispanics need to have when it comes to the treatment that we receive from America.
Right.
We need to be willing to say, I will shut down your Checkers, your Wendy's, your McDonald's, your Home Depot, your FedEx, your UPS, your Walmart, your Kmart, your Big Lots. I will shut down your Chick-fil-A. I will shut down everything if you do not pay us fairly. That is what Blacks and Hispanics need to have. And that devil right there, that devil you just saw that I kept replaying on that screen, that devil meant business, man. He meant business for the Longshoremen because he understands that you might not get the love from them billionaires by doing that. But you know what they're gonna do for Shaka Wolf?
What's
They're
that,
gonna
sir?
respect him.
Right.
They're gonna respect him. You understand? They are going to respect him because he is going to say, we're not signing a contract until we get an increase in pay and a guarantee that no artificial intelligence, that no artificial intelligence is coming inside of the workplace, replacing my men. Shaka Wolf?
If I may, collective bargaining is a process where a labor union negotiates with an employer on behalf of employees to establish terms and conditions of employment.
You know what that means? Joe Biden is the leader of this country. He's saying, look, I can't get involved because they got to work that out. The union leader and the billionaires and the union and its leader versus the billionaires who control all of this, y'all got to work that out. I can't get involved because collective bargaining agreement. But he didn't say I can't get involved with Ukraine. He ain't say I can't get involved with Israel.
Right.
That is not the American people, but he got involved, didn't he? He got involved. What happens in Ukraine and Israel does not affect the average American life in this country, but he got involved.
Right.
You understand? He got involved, but when it came down to the longshoremen and all the tons of Black and Hispanic brothers and sisters that work as longshoremen, mostly men, that work as longshoremen, he said, I'm not getting involved. You handle that. And let me tell you what this leads into. This leads into him saying, when he sat down in the Oval Office, let me see if I can find that video, when Joe Biden sat down in the Oval Office and said, hey, we gotta work together to fight Hurricane Helen because I can't give you no money.
Right.
Hurricane Helen tore up the South, tore up the Carolinas, and Joe Biden said, we gotta work together to fight Hurricane Helen. Let me see.
This is it, folks. We need you to send a donation to help elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz right now.
Yes, it's tragic. Matter of fact, we're trying to get the exact number. My FEMA advisor is on the ground in Florida right now. There's a distinction between the numbers that FEMA's used and the ones that are used by the locals. So it's really amazing. You saw the photographs. It's funny. Really, such a wide area. I mean, we gave them all everything that we have on the ground at a time. So we're working hard.
Any more resources the federal government could give us?
She said, any more resources? Let me slow it down now so you can hear it.
No, we're giving them, we have pre-planned.
Are there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we're giving them, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it, even though they didn't ask for it yet. Hadn't asked for it yet.
It said we pre-planned a significant amount to go towards them. FEMA is giving all the people affected in North and South Carolina by Hurricane Helen and all of the around it in the surrounding area, $750 a piece. $750 a piece for Georgia, North, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas that were affected by Hurricane Helen. They are giving $750 to them. You understand that? He said, nah, we already pre-planned on giving them money. You pre-planned to give them $750 for a catastrophic hurricane? This man cannot be the leader for Blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
Cannot. Big up ISUPK California, because Cali said, they got Cali on the streets asking, can a white man lead? I think Indianapolis did this too. Can a white man lead Black people? And you got people in the mall and people on the street saying, well, it depends. You got Black people and white people. It depends who the white person is. It depends. This is proof that a white man can never lead Black people because this man is incompetent. Commander General Yohana would never. You understand me? Commander General Hunter would never predetermine a set amount, and if the damage is disgustingly over what the estimate was, say, look, we just can't help you. Figure it out.
Right.
Commander General Hunter would never say that. But of course, Joe Biden said that. Let me go find what Joe Biden said, figure it out. That's what I want. I want what Joe Biden said, figure it out. Go ahead up.
Sloppy, if I may, sir. He predetermined $750 per person and that it affected, but just gave Ukraine.
I want to express condolences to all
That's crazy.
all loved ones have died or are missing. Matter of fact, it's almost equally as bad missing, not knowing whether or not your brother, sister, husband, wife, son, daughter are alive. And we all know that a lot of us experienced that, and we understand what you're going through. And to the survivors, I want you to know the administration is going to be there. We just talk about this until we finish the job. It's going to take a hell of a long time and a serious amount of assets. Additionally, Governor Cooper and I have spoken about my traveling to North Carolina and to survey the damage as soon as I can without taking resources and diverting resources on the map. And we're going to stay as long as it takes when we get this thing going. I'm going to North Carolina on Wednesday. It's planned now. We're going to be landing in Raleigh.
Not talk this clearly and competent. I'm fast forwarding the video. All right.
With the Emergency Operations Center, and I'll then do an aerial tour of Asheville. It's too much for me in terms of interrupting access to help there to land and to survey the damage other through the air. And then I plan to travel to Georgia and Florida as soon as possible after that.
Donald Trump has accused both of you of ignoring the disaster.
Lying. Let me get this straight. He's lying. And the governor told him he was lying. The governor told me he was lying. I've spoken to the governor, spent time with him, and he told me he's lying. I don't know why he does it. And the reason I get so angry about it, I don't care about what he says about me, but I care what he communicates to people that are in need.
Of course, he cares about what he's communicating to blacks and Hispanics because he wants black and Hispanic votes, but he will not give you greater than $750 from FEMA.
Wow.
He will not give you greater than $750 from FEMA, but he's so upset about what Joe Biden did. About what Donald Trump said, excuse me. He's so upset, just so upset by what Donald Trump said. I cannot find this video. I don't want to waste no time. I can't find this video of Biden sitting in his office. He's sitting in the Oval Office. Saying that we got to help ourselves. Brothers and sisters, we cannot rely on the United States government to be in charge of blacks and Hispanics. You understand? It just won't work. Hurricane Helen has ravaged the Carolinas, and Joe Biden has nothing for the Carolinas in Georgia. Kamala Harris has nothing for the Carolinas in Georgia. Commander General Yohana would have had a plan in place and resources set for the Carolinas and Georgia if only the American government would realize their incompetence, step down, and give it over to Commanding General Yohana. If only they would do that, Carolinas, Georgia, you wouldn't be suffering how bad you are suffering right now. You wouldn't be suffering that bad. And this is a clear show of incompetence. This is clear and it is evident. And this is also tied into, let me close this out. This is tied into the Longshoreman. This is tied into the Longshoreman because the Longshoreman they just don't want no AI.
Well, now to that strike.
They don't want no artificial intelligence coming through, taking their job security. And you have Americans, you have white Americans saying, hey man, you can't stop the technological advancements of the government. But those brothers, those longshoremen, you make them lose their job. You understand they can't feed their family. And then when they can't feed their family, they got to rely on the government to provide food and shelter. And then what is the white man going to say to shop? Look at black men lazy. Look at you being lazy. After they take your job, you're going to say, you're lazy, man. I can't believe you're so goddamn lazy. It's disgusting. while he got robots working a goddamn port. Mark my words, America is not going to become great again because of artificial intelligence. It is not. Artificial intelligence is not going to propel America to greatness, to new heights. It is not. Shaka Wolf?
It's likely, sir. They're gonna tell us pull ourselves up by our bootstrap and figure it out. While all along, sir, I just move the light, sir. While all along, sir, you know what they're gonna do? They're not gonna give us no assistance and no help.
God. You understand? It's time for blacks and Hispanics to come together and fight against us because we are going against a beast. A beast who will give billions to foreign countries but would not dare set aside more than $750 per person for feeding. That is disgusting, and that is a recipe for disaster. You understand? If y'all online and in the room, let's go ahead and go to Job chapter 5, verse 19. I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds. Give me Job chapter 5, verse 19 up.
Come on. It's the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. It's like he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, and 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Mm-hmm. So I can read it again.
Come, it's the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, and 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Meaning the Lord shall deliver you. It's just like, shall deliver you from all troubles, no matter how many there is, whether it's 6, whether it's 7, whether it's 8, whether it's 9. You are going to be delivered from your troubles in these end times by the Lord. If you serve the Lord, if you serve God, you might experience a little bit of famine out. But there are people who are going to pass away from the famines that are going on.
Right.
The famines that are going to happen, people are going to pass away, and it is going to be brutal for the brothers and sisters in the world. You understand? And the Lord can protect you. That when the wars come to America's shores, the Lord can protect you from that. But if not, if you are not with the Lord, then you will not be protected from all of that stuff that's going on. You understand?
Come.
Somebody read 5 and 19 again.
Right again. Come. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, and 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Yea, and 7 shall no evil touch thee. This scripture is serving as evidence that there is no limit to how far the Lord's hand can reach. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Meaning, when all of these prices go up because the longshoremen are trying to get their damn dollar, they're trying to get their dollar and make sure that the robots are accepting the cars and the corn and the bananas and the canned goods on the port. When all of that is happening, when all of that is happening, the Lord shall be able to redeem thee from death. Meaning what? You're going to see people pass away, get unalived from lack of food.
Right.
From lack of food is going to happen, but the Lord shall save the men and women inside the ISUPK.
That's right.
He shall redeem us from death, and in war from the power of the sword. when they come to the coast to destroy America for America's crimes against the Middle East, for America's crimes against China and Russia, when the war between white men break out, and Russians and Americans, Chinese and Americans, Koreans and Americans, the men and women of the Lord are going to be safe. You understand? They're going to be safe like how we were safe in Goshen in the land of Egypt. As he sent plagues unto the Pharaoh's house, the men and women inside of Egypt who belonged to Israel were safe. And Pharaoh got jealous. And Pharaoh got angry, saying, how come nobody died in Goshen? How did all frogs pop up in Egypt? How did locusts and flies and my river turn into blood in Egypt? Right. How did the firstborn die in Egypt, but no one passed away in Goshen? But right. No frogs, no locusts, no flies touched Goshen. It was curious. You understand? He was trying to understand how would that happen. That would happen because the Lord protects the priests and prophets and those that belong to the priests and prophets inside of this nation. Right. Read on.
Come on. Verse 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the destruction when it cometh.
Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So you'll see things happening. And it's going to take great brotherhood and sisterhood to get through these last days, because you'll see terrible things happening. And brothers and sisters are going to need food. They're going to need shelter. They're going to need protection. We're going to need one another. And in these last days, you are going to have to strengthen the brotherhood, strengthen the sisterhood, because people are going to pass away in front of your eyes. You understand? In front of your face, we will wither away, and you will wonder, and you will say, surely the God of Israel is a real God. Surely he is. As you see everything happen in front of you, and that is going to be the sign that you are looking for to strengthen your brotherhood, strengthen your sisterhood. You understand? Read on.
Verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh.
At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. You're going to laugh. When you see the famine, let me tell you something like it. When you see the famine, you'll be able to laugh. You'll be able to see it and give a laugh, saying, look at what is happening to those who defy our God. You understand? Right. You'll be able to look at it and say, look is what is happening to those that don't serve the Lord. They are perishing. You understand? Okay. And that is not to rejoice in what is happening to blacks and Hispanics, but you'll see what's happening to your true enemies and say, right, look at what happened to those who enslaved us, to those who had us against the Lord. Terrible things are happening. You understand? And you'll say that, and you'll see that, and you'll laugh. When destruction comes, you'll laugh. When the famine comes, you'll laugh, because you may not have everything that you want, but guess what you will have? You'll have food in your stomach. You'll have water in your body. You'll have brotherhood and sisterhood. You'll have bread and water and corn. And, you understand? Yeah. You'll have the things that you need to sustain yourself while people flail. You understand? Yeah. While they reach for the sky and grope at noonday. You understand? Yeah. And they see and say, where am I going to get my sustenance? You will have sustenance. You understand? Whether by your own efforts through the mercy and the strength of the Lord, or through the brotherhood inside of ISUPK, the sisterhood inside of this school, you're going to have food and shelter. You understand? When everybody else is looking and wondering where theirs is coming from. You understand? There are people who are losing their mind about the Longshoreman striking. Because if they strike, guess what? That means no new cars coming. I don't know, y'all wasn't here. Have y'all seen the union leader speak? That devil speak? And when he spoke, you saw what he said? I will cripple everything. United States, yeah.
No, Slucky. So he said the first week is going to be on the news. Then he said the second week is he said something about the second week. He said the third week, that's when It's a wrap.
All hell is breaking loose on the third week.
It's a wrap.
All hell is when the storehouses are empty, meaning when the reserve tissue, the
Right.
reserve paper towels, the reserve corn, flour, and oil, when all of that is going up. Good. Good. There's going to be a major problem. And he's saying that I'm ready to dance because I want my pay and I want my guarantee of no robots taking our jobs. And the proof that the devil, our old president, does not care about us, the proof of that is the fact that he's trying to dance with him. You understand?
Right.
The proof that he's trying to dance. He's saying, I'll wait you out. You understand? I won't give in to your increase, despite the fact we're making billions of dollars off of the imports. Billions of dollars. You're not getting a pay increase. They're not getting a pay increase. It's not happening. You understand? It's not happening. Despite them slacking.
No, I'm listening to what you're saying.
I wanted to add to what you were saying. I've seen another post, a brother of Slovakia, a devil that works at the port out of Houston. He gave a straight breakdown of what this strike is really about. He's saying that the men up here, because out there he said they make to about 120,000 coming off the street with no experience. They're making almost $40,000 an hour with no experience on the street. He's saying right now you're making $36 coming off the street up here. What they're bidding for is a 76% increase, and he said they don't want to settle at 55%. He said they want a 76% increase, meaning you're going to be coming in on the street making $80 to almost $90 an hour, which is going to increase it to about $210 a year, $210,000 a year.
I don't want that. Yeah, come on.
That's
Yeah.
what I've heard.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what people will say? People who are not empathetic, who do not understand the economy, say $36 an hour is a lot of money. You should be happy. Why don't you just take that and be happy? But the billionaires are raking in so much money. They're raking in so much money. Fair payment is not about how much you're paid. It's about how much is the job worth versus how much you are paid.
Right.
So if the job is supposed to pay, I got you. If the job is supposed to pay $80 an hour, you're getting $36 an hour. The job is supposed to pay $60 an hour, you're getting paid $36 an hour. That is not fair payment, is it?
Right.
Let me teach you something. Don't hate because somebody makes more money.
Right.
So if somebody's getting $36 an hour for working at the port and you're getting 19 for working at Burlington Coat Factory, do not hate that person because they're getting $36 an hour. If their job calls for $36 an hour.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Do not do that. That is, we do not champion the hate of the rich. We champion, we champion in ISUPK? The fact that the white man is the damn devil.
Right.
The fact that he incorrectly pays the appropriate inappropriate people. You understand?
Right.
He pays people inappropriately, and that causes issues inside of the economy. He hoards all the funds and then pays you pennies and says, fight over the pennies. Fight. You understand? And then we fight over the pennies, not looking at him with the billions of dollars. You understand? Not looking at Baby Shop.
Kind of slightly, sir. I work in the transport field, and I've been keeping my ear close to the ground about this transportation. And because of this strike, this is affecting truck drivers. This strike just don't affect food. It affects people living conditions. A couple of truck drivers personally that I know and heard on the news from truck drivers stating that this is affecting us directly because we don't got no work on the East Coast. So we can't transport nothing on the East Coast. Then guess what? We don't get to pay our bills. We don't get to pay our mortgages. We don't get to send our kids to school. Everything falls behind, and for each day it counts as a week of back pay.
Right.
And with that one day, just that one day of this strike, it counts for a whole week of back pay. This is crippling more than just the economy. Back inventory, which means this one day of this strike, that's a whole week worth of inventory that has to go out.
Cars, food, furniture, everything, clothes.
Keefe, you know what Keefe is?
Keefe?
You know what Keefe is? Keefe is the food that supplies the prisoners. The food that's supplied to prisoners, like or the canteen and stuff, that's Keefe. You know who Keefe is owned by? Bill and Hillary Clinton. So, and they have Keefe on the boats. So the whole, it's like this argument is big too because they stopping all the stuff that's going to the prison systems. So this don't just affect the average person. This affects those brothers in the prison systems that's locked up. They don't get no food. They don't get no canteen. So it shuts down everything. And now you got to eat the slop that the prison that the prisons
that the government is just going to make up and
this is disgusting. This is disgusting, sir. This is disgusting beyond what we think it is.
Like that's heavy, sir, because they stop. Sometimes the food, the prison and the food, like your commissary. Sometimes you will be it'd be late regardless. Without what what's going on right now,
right?
It'd still be you could order. You would still be a month behind. You won't get your food, your soap for a month later. That's how sometimes they do it, and they stop feeding you. The state stop feeding you at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's your last meal. So if you don't get no basically if you don't get no commissary, you're gonna starve to death for this. Like if you don't have no cookies, no soups and chilies and bread, it's over, sir.
Right.
Like, it's over.
Guess what's not going to stop in there? All of your labor.
Right.
The prison jobs.
Right.
You ain't going to stop doing that.
Disgusting.
So your food might get a whole lot worse or just disappear in some instances. You understand? But guess what's not going to happen? You are not going to be allowed to stop making helmets. Stop making license plates. You understand? You are going to have to continue to do that as they say, look, we don't know what the hell this is on your plate. We don't know where it came from because it ain't come from the boat. So, here, take it, eat it, swallow it. Go to work. Right. You understand? Slavery. Slavery. Go ahead.
And this talks of strike bring me back to my grandfather 20 years ago.
Somebody else hold Romans 1 and 22 did.
My grandfather used to work for the port. He was so dedicated, he never retired. Even from his deathbed, he was working for the phone. He was making almost $60 an hour before he passed away. That was 20 years ago. Because there was talks of a strike back then. And he was telling us how we need to stock up just in case of this strike. Because he was telling me a long time ago, if the strikes is going to be a hard time. It's going to be rough. It's going to be hard to get food. It's going to be hard to get toiletries, cosmetics. It's going to be rough. So just listening to all this stuff going on about the strike just brought me back to back then. But then I'm looking at the rate of pay that he was making. But see, he wasn't a regular longshoreman. He was a supervisor at that point. Right. So he was making like $60 an hour. They forced him into a supervisor position because he got too old to be out there telling them shit. Because that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah, this is terrible. Like, what's going on is terrible. Somebody finished 5 in, what is that, 22?
Come on.
Read it again.
This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
Right. So don't worry about when all of this stuff is happening, all the famine that's happening, all the wars is happening. You should not be afraid as long as you serve the Lord. You understand?
Right.
As long as you serve the Lord, let me tell you something. This earth does not belong to the white man. It belongs to the Lord.
That's right.
So the Lord is going to do what he wants to do to the earth. And when he does that, you're either on his side or you are against him.
Right.
So you can either eat while there's famine, you can either survive because you serve him as a black and Hispanic, or you can be on the side with the white man. You have your Christmas, you can have your birthdays, you can have your drama, you can have all that. And then guess what? You can also have your famine. You understand? You can have your famine, you can have your wars. You understand? You can have your wars. Go ahead. Matter of fact, they passed a law not too long ago saying that if you don't know, when you turn 18, you're supposed to sign up for selective service, meaning they can draft you into the war. You are a man now. You understand? And obviously, we don't do that. Right? Nobody does that. Did you do it? Did you do it? Nobody in here did that. You don't know that I'm talking about. Nobody does that. Because nobody does that, he said no sweat. I'm going to sign a law to fix it because he knows World War III is around the corner. And he said, if you're above 18, I'm automatically signing you up for selective service. So whoever missed it, you're now signed up. Whoever's freshly turning 18, you're automatically signed up. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to fill nothing out. I'm going to do it for you. You understand? Because he knows what's around the corner. He knows. And if you would like to avoid it, you have to serve the Lord. Yes.
Right.
Right. Like the scripture saying, Deuteronomy 28, you can't escape into a suburb. You understand? You can't dodge and run off into no suburb and escape the selective drive. They're going to come, they're going to find you, and they're going to say, go fight Russia. Right. You understand? Go fight. You understand? Which order for me? Romans 1 and 22.
Got this stuff?
Yeah, this stuff. Go ahead.
So basically, if you don't do selective service, then what? They force you into imprisonment?
Yeah, they will force you into imprisonment. Wow. Somebody, Romans 1 and 22.
Book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Why did I bring this up, Aki? Why did I bring this up with the Longshoreman? Because they think, see, the big wigs and the billionaires at the top of this food chain believe that introducing artificial intelligence is going to raise their profits, and it is. Do you have to pay a robot? What do you pay when it comes to a robot? The materials to make the robot, and you pay an engineer to make sure it doesn't go defunct, right? You make sure it doesn't mess up and do something it's not supposed to, software updates. That's what you do for a robot. Right. You understand? We all have computers, laptops, phones. These are robots. Right. This is a robot. You understand? What this is screaming off of is a robot. There's microchips in this webcam. There's microchips in your phone. We use robots all the time. They would like these robots to think. You understand? They want the robots to think and to be able to do the longshoreman's job, which I also talked to a longshoreman, and they said the robots are capable of doing their jobs. Is it wise for you to fire tens of thousands of men that feed their families off of the imports that you bring in and make billions off of? Mind you, they're fighting for a 77% increase and no AI. Meaning what? They believe that they're making too much goddamn money. They're not getting a fair enough cut, and they want job security. Yep. Both things are true. So you're making billions, and that's not enough. It's not enough. I need to make trillions, quadrillions, centillions. You understand? It's just not enough. You understand? It's not enough for them, and they're saying, I will make your family go hungry and build a robot before I pay you more money. You understand that? And they think this is a good thing to do, is wise. What is that going to do? What are those men and their families going to have?
This is gonna be like anarchy, sir. Like they're gonna go out in the streets and just take it.
There is gonna be anarchy. What's something else they could do if they say I got too much honor to be an anarchist? What are they gonna do then? McDonald's. Right. White Castles. Right. You understand? They're gonna go do that, and then guess what? Run out of McDonald's jobs. Right. Because what is McDonald's doing? Taking the cashier away and putting the AI kiosk in it. Right. Good. Right. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. So nobody's trying to hire people no more. How are people going to make money? They're not. And then what's going to happen? The state's going to give you the check. So now what? You can only get as much food as the state gives you money. You can only live somewhere nice enough that the state is giving you a check for. You understand? Now you're at the mercy of the state. No longer can you, I got 2 jobs because I want this nice apartment. You're going to live wherever that check is they send you every month. That's what you're going to afford. You understand? Because there's not enough McDonald's jobs. It's already, if they didn't have kiosks, there wouldn't be enough McDonald's jobs. But then guess what? There's also the fact that they're adding AI inside of McDonald's, there's even less McDonald's jobs. And then you're trying to fire tens of thousands of longshoremen. And the oppressor is saying, some wild stuff I'm doing here. I like this. My bag about to get long. I like this. It's disgusting. You understand? It is absolutely disgusting. And that's why the scripture said, what going on? Mm-hmm.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Oh, you thought you were so goddamn smart. because you were so smart. Get and introduce the robots so that your country can fall. Please, please, please introduce the robots so you can fall. You think that many new engineering jobs, that many new IT jobs, that many new tech jobs is going to open up, is going to replace the tens of thousands of longshoremen? It's not. But if you would like to see your economy fall, please, I'm here for it. I'm here to see it. Let's do it. You understand? Right. Let's do it. Let's make America fall. Make your own economy fall. I ain't got to do nothing. We ain't got to do nothing. Remember the Black Panthers said we got to pick up guns and all that? Remember the Black Republicans said we got to go vote. We got to vote for somebody other than the Democrats if we want to change. Remember that? They said all that? Like, they want to do their damn self. That's right. We're going to make the economy fall their goddamn self. We could just sit here and serve God.
Right.
We just say and serve God and watch your economy fall. Because who's working at McDonald's? Blacks and Hispanics. Who's working in Wendy's? Blacks and Hispanics. Who's working at Chipotle? Blacks and Hispanics. You understand?
Right.
You understand? We're going to sit here and watch your country fall. You understand? That's right. Shako.
It's like, yes, sir. What you said is so heavy, right? You know it's going to be disgusting, though. It's going to, you're basically, the government is going to say how much money you get to spend on food. But not only that, it's disgusting because you saying 2 jobs to get an apartment. You used to work 1 job to get a house. That's 1. 2.
And your wife stay on.
Right. And your wife stay.
Had 2 kids.
And you might have multiple wives.
And you had a side family.
Yes, God. But
and
not,
you had a fence.
But not that, sir. Not just,
and you had fight on.
But not just that, sir. With this, the way they doing this, the economy is not just gonna bankrupt. But you know what's gonna happen? Crime rate is gonna go skyrocket, sir. Because what is some people gonna do? How they gonna feed their families? What if it's not enough?
What do you think the purge was about? What do you think that was about? That's right. It's gonna be a real purge in all major cities. That's right. You're gonna go outside and people's gonna rob you in broad. Have you seen San Francisco? Like, have you seen LA? Have you seen it? They can't prosecute you unless you steal $1,000 worth of stuff. So if you steal $999 and they catch you, all they can make you do is drop the stuff. Damn. And if you don't drop the stuff, what they gonna do? Because they can't prosecute you. So when I go to LA, steal me a flat screen. How much is this? $839. Give me and walk out. Right. And they can do nothing. Right. You understand? There's already it's almost like a what they call it, a test run in San Francisco and LA on how can we allow crime? You understand? How can we allow crime? And they just do it all rampant throughout those 2 cities. Right. And New York has started doing it too.
The law that they passed, sir. Mm-hmm. What's the law where the purge law? What's the one that's in California? Nah, not California. What's the place they just passed that law where they was saying they passed the law where it's certain crimes they was just letting you go. You don't worry about it.
That's in a lot of places. In a lot of places, you are allowed to do a lot of things now, and they're gonna let you go. Like if you get caught with a gun, you understand that they might let you go. In fact, you understand they're going to let you go. And when you court date, you're not going to sit. You understand? You got to be a repeat offender. You got to be a violent offender, but they're going to let you sit. It's like they're not going to let you sit. They're going to let you go. You got to go with a gun? Oh, okay. It's not serious enough. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. You understand? If you're not caught doing a homicide, right? If you're not caught doing some type of violent crime, if you get caught with a firearm illegally, they're going to let you walk out of it. You understand? A lot of the times they're going to let you go. Right? That's like that.
They actually put a cap on Elon Musk because he was actually about to start doing something good for people, and they shut him down. Because he said in the interview, if you just give me 1 acre of land, put up solar panels, I can single-handedly power this entire country with 1 acre, meaning he could put PSG out of business.
Oh, and guess what that means?
Solar panels.
And guess what that means? We can't have that.
We can't have that.
No. What? You're gonna make people. You're gonna make bills cheaper. What? No, hell no. Loyal.
Oh, Slacky, sir. They got a law called mutual combat.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of that before? Yeah, it's like two. Slacky, sir. You know more than me, probably, sir. It's like, but it's like if two brothers get into a shootout and no property damages and no bystanders get hit, and one of them person passes away, you won't get charged for homicide.
What?
Y'all both willingly engaged in the shootout. You're good. Don't worry about it.
What?
Oh, God. That happened in Chicago.
There's test runs happening all. God, you too loud. That's test runs happening all over the place, all over this country, with stuff like that. And you can still just don't steal too much. Yeah, okay, go ahead and unalive the brother. Just don't hit nobody.
Right.
You understand? There's stuff like that happening all over the place. So when you see things like this Longshoreman stuff out, they are rolling out a world where the government does whatever they want to do. You understand? Which is how you know not only that you're not supposed to be under the white man, but this is how you know he is not a good leader. Because he wrote a constitution that says the right to bear arms to rebel against a tyrannical government, a government that begins to be unlawful, that begins to infringe on rights. And you're supposed to up your guns and say, stop.
Right.
This is over. Do you see any white men doing that?
Nah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think the conservatives get on television, which is Trump's side, y'all know? Why do they get on television and say the left is so bad, it's so terrible? We gotta fight back. We gotta keep our guns. We got a Christian country. Why do you think they don't do what their founding fathers intended on them doing?
Because they love the system, sir. There. Oh, sloppy.
And that is that might be more acceptable for you too. You understand? They love the system. Because what did George Washington, what did Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, what did all of those brothers, John Hancock, with the famous big John Hancock signature, what did all of those devils think of? If the government ever get out of hand, we pop off. The same way we just did against the British. We're gonna go off. They won't. You understand? Right. All these men you see on TV in these suits would never fight to really liberate America.
Right.
Because the white man is a coward.
That's right.
You understand?
Right.
He's a coward. He's not allowed to lead black people. That's why Commanding General Hunter leads blacks and Hispanics, because Commanding General Hunter and the generals in the ISUPK are not cowards.
Right.
You understand? If you wrote a constitution saying if this happens, we're fighting back, and then it happens and you don't fight, what else can you be? What the hell else can you be but a coward?
Right.
Timid, moist, and a coward, and just all types of ungodly things. You understand?
God.
It's disgusting. And that's the reality of what's happening. The reality is, when I saw that union leader say what he said, somebody give me Revelation 13 and 15. When I saw that union leader say what he said, I said, you know what? I said, that's dishonorable. It's honorable. Saying that if you won't give me and those men pay their union dues and entrust that the union leader is going to defend them. You understand? They entrust that, hey, look, we pay you $60 a month, $100 a month. We entrust that when stuff go wrong, you won't be there for us. So stuff might not go wrong for 5 years. But when something do go wrong, we entrust that you're going to be there for us. And that white man said, I will cripple your whole economy. You're going to pay me and my men more money. And you're going to guarantee that artificial intelligence is not coming for our jobs right now. I'm going to cripple the economy. And he stood on it.
Right.
And you can't do nothing but respect that. You can't do nothing but respect that. Because then you see all the white men on television that tell you the left is bad and you can't do this, you shouldn't be able to do that. And then what do? What do? Nothing. Right. Nothing. You understand? They pretend like they don't like the ABC community. Or do they stop it? Right. No, they don't stop it. They complain on television. You understand?
Oh God.
Your oppressor is a coward.
Right.
Which is why you have to be so strong in this time. Even when you are facing famine and you are facing being unalive potentially, you have to be so strong because you're facing a coward. He's a coward. There's nothing for you to be afraid of. Look at him and analyze it. He's a coward. You know, your oppressor is a coward, and there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
Right.
You serve the true and living God. The only living God. That white Caesar Borgia is a coward. You understand? He is a coward. That stringy-haired, panhandling homeless man is a coward. And that's who they serve. You serve a true and living God, and your king is a black man named Christ who was cold, austere, drunk wine, garment to the foot, gold around his midsection. You understand? Right. And he didn't play about God. How could you fear to rebel against this devil? And we're not even telling you pick up a weapon. We're telling you stop sinning. You understand? We're not even telling you, hey, pick this up and go over there and do. The ISUPK is against violence, period. You understand? We defend ourselves. Right. We are not telling you to go do anything to anybody. If you hear that and that doesn't make you come into the ISUPK, you might be a coward like your damn president.
Right.
You just might be a coward. Somebody give me Revelation 13 and 15.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 15. Mm-hmm. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
What is the image of the beast, Doctor?
Caesar Borgia, sir.
Caesar Borgia is the image of the beast.
Right.
It's the image. The image of the beast should both speak and cause the ones that won't worship him to be unalived, as it says in the scriptures. You understand?
Right.
That image, you know what that image represents? Poverty. Caesar Borgia is poverty. If you follow that stringy, dog-head person, I was about to say the B word, you are advocating for black poverty. You want black people to be on the bottom of the food chain. You want them to have to struggle to go strike as a longshoreman. Why would you fight your whole life? Hey guys, you know how hard it is to become a longshoreman? Do you know they don't let everybody in there to become a longshoreman?
Yeah.
Do you know you need a connection to become a longshoreman? You go through all that struggle to become a longshoreman, and now you're sitting on your bottom, not able to work. You understand? And they say they're union workers. Their money's guaranteed. Brother, you don't think those billionaires can easily just say stop paying them and hang the damn phone up? Are you serious? It's that simple. Hey, stop paying them. We're going to break the contract. Stop paying them. And now you have tens of thousands of blacks and Hispanics sitting at home not getting paid. You understand? Working that hard and you still don't get paid. Making sure you have a connection in there and you still don't have a job. You know why? Because the worship of Caesar Borgia is black poverty. Those billionaires worship Caesar Borgia. They worship America and they believe in America. You understand? They believe in it wholeheartedly, and they are for the poverty of all the blacks and Hispanic longshoremen. Right. I don't care. Let me tell you something. What that devil said in that interview, he said they made copious amounts of money during COVID. While we contracted COVID, while we passed away from COVID, those billionaires got fatter, richer, more money, more yachts, more properties. You understand? And we didn't get a new contract. We just worked through COVID. It's time for a new contract. And he said that. And when he said that, it's the fact that they are not willing to give the longshoremen a new contract. That's how you know. Or they want to negotiate them down. That's how you know the billionaires that run the ports, and the fact that they are even thinking about the idea of replacing them with robots. That's how you know they are for the destruction of blacks and Hispanics. Yeah. You don't care if you go home and feed your family. They don't care. You're making $200,000 a year for 4 years. What do you start to do? Save up, down payment on the house, pay your taxes, pay your mortgage, right? You're buying furniture. You're starting to build a better life, and then all of it at the pickup of a phone, you can cut your whole bank account. You're back in poverty. You understand? At the whim of a billionaire. Is he worried about that? No. You understand? We don't advocate for equality in the ISUPK, and I hope everybody understands that. That's right. I don't want to be equal to no guy. Y'all got it. I don't want to be equal to an Indian. I don't want it. If the options is equality or poverty, give me poverty until I'm supreme.
Right.
You understand? I don't want to be equal. I'm good. Let me live on the bottom, eat chicken wings and drink wine until I become supreme. You understand? We don't advocate for equality in the ISUPK. I don't want equality, and I don't want love. Let me say two things we don't want leaders: equality and love.
Right.
You understand? I want supremacy and respect.
Kind of. Real quick. I was working for a job in North called Cabanza, right? With burn garbage. Okay. And I was making about like $12, $13 an hour. And it was time to renew the contract. We was threatening to go on strike. This is how proof that the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of. They said, "Oh, y'all want to go on strike? All right, we're gonna let all y'all new employees off." And they had people come in from Texas. They had oppressors come in from Texas and paid them $12, $14 more an hour to do the job that we were doing. Mm-hmm. They come in. I asked them, I'm like, "Damn, how did you get paid coming in and doing this?" You're like, "I'll get 26 an hour." I was like, because it came around the time when you got to shut the boilers down during a certain time of the year and change the shoes and stuff on the inside. Where you got to clean out the boilers, there's a process. And they brought these contractors in from Texas, put them up in a hotel or Airbnb, gave them $14 more an hour, laid about 30 or 40 of us off. And then after that, their regular season employees that Toby and them they secured, they brought them back and left us out to dry.
Back in Revelations.
Revelation, you want to go to 16 or you want to read
15 again?
Come.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Oh, in their foreheads. Go ahead. What is that mark, Akim? He calls it all, small and great, rich and poor, to receive this mark. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's Christianity, sir.
That mark is Christianity. You understand? That mark is not the chip that Elon Musk, the Neuralink,
right?
That Elon Musk wants to do. That Neuralink is not the image of the beast. It's not the mark of the beast, right? That chip is some technological advancement from a white man that wants money. The mark that the Lord is talking about is having the thoughts that are associated with Christianity and white Caesar Borgia, like we are talking about right now.
Right.
And what is both small and great? Matter of fact, read on and we're going to get into it. Go ahead. And matter of fact, what does in their foreheads mean? Shaka will speak without.
In their mind, sir.
In your mind, inside of your forehead, means what you think. Where's your brain at? Behind your forehead. You understand?
Right.
So whatever you're thinking about, that's your mark. So you could be marked with the Lord, or you could be marked with white Jesus.
Right.
You understand? There's a difference. Go ahead.
And that no man might buy or sell.
No man might buy or sell. Go ahead.
Save he that had the mark.
Save he that had the mark.
or the name of the beast,
or the name of the beast. Go ahead.
or the number of his
Or the
name.
number of his name. You got to be affiliated. You got to be affiliated to buy or sell on this part. You understand? You understand? Who you say own Keefe Kashaka Wall? Yeah, say it again.
Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Oh, brother, why can't Goyama own Keefe?
Yeah, black man like me. So.
Oh, brother. Come on. You want stuff to come in on, you want to be at the top of whatever boat comes in on this port, meaning if Keefe's coming in and you don't want to be a worker for Keefe, you want to own Keefe, you got to be down with the get down. You got to hit a couple Diddy parties. A couple Diddy parties. Sit at the top of Keefe. You understand? Right. You understand? We'll get you there. We're going to get you top of Keefe. How about you go ahead and ruin the world like Bill Gates dropping off. Y'all know that he dropped GMO mosquitoes.
I'm sorry, what?
He dropped genetically modified mosquitoes to combat the Zika virus. Zika?
Right.
Zika and West Nile.
I remember that.
He dropped genetically modified mosquitoes to combat those viruses. And I don't know if y'all been bit by mosquitoes this past summer, but they vicious this year. I sprayed my Kashaka. You was back there. How many times I sprayed my backyard? I was making jokes with Kashaka War about how much I was spraying my backyard, not even realizing until one of the last times I sprayed it. Why the hell am I spraying my backyard so much? Why is it not killing the mosquito? Why is it not keeping the mosquitoes out? Genetically modified mosquitoes, and the white man said it's to help you. I put them in a lab and I made them crazier and stronger and more vicious. But it's to help you. I'm gonna help you with these mosquitoes. They're biting people and leaving bruises. I know somebody that went to the Bahamas, got bit by these mosquitoes, and he was scratching so much, he's scratching, oh my God, itch. Right. Whatever they left on his skin got pushed inside, your skin has 7 layers. Got pushed inside his skin, he kept scratching. Right. And he had to go to the hospital because the brother was damn near convulsing. You understand? He had to go to the hospital, meaning he's doing this. He's doing all that. Because it got pushed inside his skin because he just itched. And it left bruises like how you got bit by a big bug. When you used to see people in the hood and they would have the dots on their arms and dots on their legs, what you know? Bed bugs. At some point in your childhood, you had them bed bugs at some point in your childhood because you got the marks on you and they ain't go nowhere. And you knew that. Those mosquitoes are leaving marks that's not going nowhere. God. You understand? The shot pointing to something right now. I can't see on the internet, but he's pointing to some of them right now. You supposed to trust him to deliver Keefe? You supposed to trust Bill Gates to deliver? What you say? You said Bill and Hillary Clinton. So like this is Bill Gates. Bill Gates did the mosquito thing, but they're of the same cloth. Right. You're supposed to trust these people to deliver Keefe to the jail. You understand? You can't trust them. So why are they in charge? If they do criminal acts, if they're doing suspect acts like that, why are they allowed to deliver the food to the inmates in jail? Because they down what they get down. You understand? They've been to Epstein Island. You understand? They knew about Harvey Weinstein. They was on the hush hush. They've been to Diddy parties. You understand? They are for the poverty and oppression of blacks and Hispanics. Right. So they allowed to be on top of Keefe. Because if you try to be on top of Keefe and say, look, I got all the money to buy Keefe from you. Here, boom. There's a fat sack of $50 billion. Let me get Keefe. Nah, why? You ain't been to no Diddy parties. You ain't no Harvey Weinstein. You ain't no Jeffrey Epstein. You ain't down with the get down. Right. And you want to change it to feed blacks and Hispanics well in the prisons. You're not trying to feed them. You slop and make them make helmets. You understand? That is why you cannot be a part of that. You will not be able to buy and sell. I don't mean you can't go to the corner store and get turkey and cheese out. That means you cannot buy and sell on a large scale unless you are down with the get down. Do you understand? Y'all see Jaguar Wright going retarded over trying to get Jay-Z indicted. She is going bonkers. All right, that's cool. Sean Combs got picked up. That's fine. Now get Jay-Z. She on everybody platform losing her goddamn mind. Right. Nothing wrong with the system. I ain't saying she right. And I ain't saying she wrong all the way.
Right.
It's just a little off. But she is adamant about get him. You understand? And get him and throw him in there. You understand? Because she knows you don't become a billionaire without getting that. You understand? So something might be wrong with her, and I would not say you wrong if you said that.
Right.
But she knows anybody that's a billionaire on that level, and it's not talked about in no circles about nothing that you got down with the get down.
Right.
Did you hear something about Harvey Weinstein before Harvey Weinstein? Did you even know about Jeffrey Epstein before they talked about Jeffrey? Ghislaine Maxwell?
Right.
No. What's the Nickelodeon cat? Dan Schneider?
Right.
Did you know anything about Dan Schneider before they said, hey, Dan Schneider? If you ain't watched Nickelodeon,
Right.
you ain't know nothing about no damn. Who the hell is Dan Schneider? You watch like Carly and all that other stuff. You like, hey, Dan Schneider. Yeah. You ain't know nothing about these cats until you found out they was criminals.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And she's saying Jay-Z's evading it because all the black celebrities are scared to talk about it. It's like, I got you there.
It's like I think he was in Kenan and Kel too.
Yeah, he was. He was in iCarly, he was in Victoria's, he was in Kenan and Kel. Dan Schneider was responsible. He all that. He's responsible for a ton. All our favorite Nickelodeon shows, if you about 35, right? 35 of them, 90s, late 80s.
Late 80s.
So if you like a late 80s baby, and if you enjoy any of those Nickelodeon cartoons growing up, Dan Schneider probably had a hand in something. You understand? And nobody would have thought Dan Schneider was doing anything because you like, he makes children smile. He entertains children. How could you think? What do you think? I'm not saying Jay-Z did anything, but Jaguar Wright is saying Jay-Z is you not thinking about it because he made Volume 1.
Right.
Because he made the Black Album. You ain't thinking Jay-Z did nothing. Right. Jay-Z is terrible. You understand?
Right.
That's what she's going off on. And you are not going to be able, these last days, so many people going to come out and get y'all. So many people are going to come out as being disgusting in the last days, as being criminals, as being child abusers, as being child abusers in the last days, and all types of unsavory things. You're going to say, this is ridiculous. You understand?
Right.
You're going to say, oh, wow, this is crazy. You understand? And you're going to be like, this was part of the TV show going up. This guy was a famous sports star. This guy was this, that. And it's going to happen. Right now, it's Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein. You don't know about those cats.
Right.
You get a little Dan Schneider. You're like, oh, that's Kenan and Kel guy. And then you go, did he? Man, that hit a little close. I love Big. Damn. 112 was my group. Damn. Did he? I hope she not right because I don't pray on the downfall of any black or Hispanic. But if they come out with Diddy, I love Volume 1. I love Volume 1. If they come out with Jay-Z, it's gonna be like, yeah, dang. You understand?
I'm be honest with you. One, Cat Williams brought this out, and lately all week, Jaguar's been on national television, personally calling out Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Piers Morgan.
Yeah, and not only that, all this stuff, more stuff is coming out about Diddy. Feds found some incriminating stuff that could potentially tie him to Michael Jackson passing away, all types of crazy stuff going on. And Cat Williams brought it out on Shay Shay Show. 2024 is up for everybody. People that we know about, people that we never heard of. And it's all coming to a head now. And I don't put it past none of them.
Sure. Yeah, I don't. Let me be clear. I don't put anything past anybody. I don't actively wish on the downfall of anybody. So when we hear accusations and stuff like that, I don't want Jay-Z to be a child abuser. Right. Like, I don't want Diddy. I don't want Diddy to get convicted. I want him to not have done it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. I hope that Diddy didn't do it. You understand?
Right.
But of course, the evidence is compelling.
Go ahead. Slack, if I may, right?
At least.
If I may, right?
That was the bottom of the baby.
Go
ahead.
They said it's not illegal to have $1,000 baby.
Right.
Slack, if I may, right? The whole Keefe thing, right? You remember when Bill Clinton, a lot of laws got passed as far as being incarceration got passed while he was in office, and Hillary Clinton capitalized off being in prison. She started Keefe, which supplies all the prisons. Nobody never heard of Keefe. A lot of people don't know what Keefe is. Even truck drivers, do the drop off Keefe's goods. So a lot of people don't know that these laws were set in place. They've been set themselves up. When Bill was passing, he specifically had certain laws just so she can have the Keefe movement. Now, if you look at what's going on, all this stuff that's going on, even with this whole movement, with this whole what do you call it? This strike, the strike and stuff, right? This is so devastating. So you got to think about this, right? How often somebody called from the jail and say, "Yo, can you send me some dollars?" How often now the strike happens, that takes away jobs. So now I'm not working, and then my people in jail, and I'm trying to help support them. It's like all the way around we lose, and we stay at the bottom of the totem pole unless you serve the Lord. This is devastating, sir.
And Slocky, one of the famous shows that everybody loved. I know your mama probably loved it. Your aunt, The Price is Right. Mm-hmm. Bob Barker, he owned a lot of the care packages. And when you first go into jail, they get the toothbrush, the soap,
right.
That was his. Like he had. They called it Bob Barker suit. Yeah, Bob Barker suit. You had your face glowing when you come home. Get rid of all the blemishes and everything. Nice and shiny. Like look light skin when you come out.
Pick up Revelations.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Mm-hmm. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and six.
600 threescore. Somebody give me Zephaniah 2:1. What that is saying is there's 666 men that are in charge of all of this crap going on that you'll never see behind the scenes. This is all orchestrated. It's a big plan. It's a big ploy. It's a gotcha. You understand? It's a aha. This is not, I don't know what's going to happen next. They're trying to orchestrate the destruction of certain economies in certain countries to build up the next country and keep themselves in power. They get paid off of war. They fund both sides of a war. These are the men that sit on top of the earth. And these are also the men that are orchestrating the longshoremen not getting paid. You understand?
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if the union leader for longshoremen got orders from somebody else to do the strike. You understand? Right. I wouldn't be surprised because it's all about 666 men on top of the earth maintaining and keeping power. They do not care about how you run around like an ant on the bottom of society. It means nothing to them. They will not struggle for meat, vegetables, rice, or water. You understand? They're not going to suffer at all.
Right. Go ahead. Real quick, this is what I wanted to say. Andrew Tate was sitting down having an interview, right? And the dude asked him a question that had him silent. He said, if you know who really runs this world, or this country, he said just like that. If you know who really runs the world, who's behind you, will you say their name? He just sat there and stared at him, played with a cigar, leaned over, tapped it on the ashtray, and then he smiled, but he ain't say nothing. He just kept it quiet. But the look was priceless. Like he know who's really running things, but he wouldn't say the name. See, a lot of these famous people.
I'm about to say that's the same thing for Diddy. Yeah. It's the same thing for Jay-Z. It's the same thing for Drake. It's the same thing for Kendrick Lamar. You're not allowed to make a certain amount of money without meeting certain people and having certain deals. Am I saying all of these men? Am I saying all these men bent over? No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is you're not allowed to make certain money if you haven't met certain people, been in certain rooms, signed certain deals, and know certain stuff. It's the way that the world works. That's why there's 666 men on top of the earth. I don't say white men, so I can't say it, but a large number of them are white. You understand?
Right.
That's why they're on top of the earth, to make sure that nobody's going to get any power in this earth unless we pre-approve it. You understand? So, like, when the Jaguar rights of the world go off on the Sean Carters, and the Sean Combs, the Diddy's, and the Jay-Z's of the world, it's cool, makes for a viral moment, and we get some views off of that, right? But in reality, right, and we can use it as a teaching mechanism, blacks and Hispanics serve Lord, this, that, and the third and fourth, right? Don't end up like this, don't do that. Those men are not in charge of anything. You understand?
Right.
They were allowed to be billionaires. Oh, I just made so much money, isn't it? And this is not some Illuminati conspiracy. All I'm telling you is there's people with way more money than them that allow them to make that money. You understand?
Yeah.
So let him be a billionaire. Just make sure he comes to the party. You understand? Because him being a billionaire is nothing to somebody with trillions. When I was in school, the Walmart twins that own Walmart, their father already passed. It was a brother and a sister. It was worth $33 billion. When I remember this, I was in middle school, so we're talking a decade and some change ago, decade and a half ago, something like that. You understand? And I looked this up and I said, oh, wow, that's crazy. $33 billion a piece. It was like 33 and 34. I think the brother had like a little bit more money. Are you trying to tell me that they letting Jay-Z creep up on him? No. Like, no. So when Jaguar Wright goes on it, yes, we need to stop black immorality. That's our only concern. We don't care what they do. But what I need everybody to understand is these are not the great evils of the earth. These are pawns of the great evils of the earth.
Right.
If they're evil. If Jay-Z gets, found out. He's done a ton of things you can convict him of, but the stuff that she's saying needs evidence. But if they are great evils, they are not the great evils of the earth. There's 666 men sitting on top of this earth that point. And countries move. Continents move. You understand? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you got to understand that when longshoremen go on a strike, it's not random. You understand? That's why Christ has to destroy the earth. That's why the Lord has to send Christ to destroy the earth, because it's not regular. You understand? That's why the Black Panthers would never work, because you don't just pick up a firearm and go fight. It's not going to work.
Right.
You understand?
I got it.
Oh, you got it again.
Yes. Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Why would I bring this bedrock scripture out? Because what are they telling you? While all this is going on, what are they telling you?
They're saying, get in class, put on all black, or gather together. Oh, I'm talking.
Let me give him a chance. Let me give Alex.
I was going, sir.
While all this is going on, they telling you that they can't even fund the hurricanes no more because they gave all the money to Hispanics.
All the Hispanics took the money. All the Hispanics, we can't do nothing. You see, we gave it all to them. That's what Love is saying. And then the right is saying what? They gave it all to the immigrants. Put us in office. We'll stop that. And what are you, who's been hit by the hurricane, what are you thinking? It's some bullshit. Right. Yo, you don't care who ran this bar. All you know is I ain't got no money. Right. House destroyed, car destroyed, possessions gone. Yeah. You understand? And they said, Hispanics is their fault. Ignoring the fact that this was their country first. Ignoring that. You understand? Ignoring the fact they just want an opportunity for cash. You understand? They just trying to work for some cash. Meanwhile, what are longshoremen going through? Fighting billionaires. They're fighting billionaires right now, and you're angry at him because he's willing to pick grapes for pennies compared to what you're willing to pick them for. You understand?
Right.
You're mad at him because he's like, all right, I'll pick the apples. I'll pull carrots out. What you need me to do, I do it. I'm going to jump this wall. Right. I'm swimming the Gulf of Mexico with my child on my back. I'm doing it, and I'm making it to America. That's right. You mad at him? What the hell are you mad at him for? Don't you be out there selling drugs, killing people, talking about some, I got to do what I got to do. Right. Don't you be out there doing that? So what the hell? And if you don't, I don't do that. Don't you don't you uphold your cousin when he do that?
Right.
Do you convict your cousin when he do that? Do you say you're destroying black people? Do you do that? No, you don't. You know. You understand?
Right.
You know, your cousin be out there selling all types of drugs, and you be like, "It's cuz, man." You understand?
Right.
It's cuz. I don't do it. I don't be doing it. That's cuz. Don't say nothing, cuz. You understand? You don't say nothing to cuz. But as soon as Jose come over here with his daughter on his back, you losing your goddamn mind. And he swam through the Gulf of Mexico. You understand?
Right.
He come over here trying to work honestly. Your cousin out here selling lean, and you talking about some, no, it's cuz. It's cuz. Hypocrites. You understand?
Right.
Hypocritical. Let me tell you something. Hispanic brothers and sisters are not the problem.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Hispanic brothers and sisters are not the problem with America.
Right.
Black men, black women are not the problem in America. America's the problem with America.
Right.
Right.
Founded on blood, founded on a misunderstanding of the Bible, founded on a white Jesus that never existed. America's the problem.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
You build a house on a shaky foundation, it's coming down.
Right.
You understand? That's
Right.
how that goes. You don't blame people who come into the house and say, oh, man, this is a nice house. It's a nice house. And then all of a sudden the house starts shaking, the house fall down. You go, oh, you made my house fall. Yeah, you built it on stick legs. What the hell are we talking about? Your foundation was poor. It was weak.
Right.
It was terrible. And somebody walk in your house and you go, it's your fault. My house fell because of you. Imagine redoing your steps to your house. Somebody fall through your steps and you go, man, you broke my steps. You use cheap wood. What the hell are we talking about here? Are you serious? You about to blame me for falling through your steps? Are you serious? With a judge, let me ask you that. If you fall through somebody's steps, somebody do their steps and you just fall through, you just walking up to deliver the mail, you're opposed to it, and you fall straight through their steps. Is the judge going to say you shouldn't have broke their steps? Or is the judge going to say it's your fault because you put them damn steps down? It's your fault because you put them damn steps down.
Right.
If your foundation is poor, don't blame the people who's coming in the house. Blame yourself for building a house that poorly. You understand? And what you're saying right now is white people trying to backtrack to the foundation to try to get it right. Too late. As far as the right, what you see with the right side, the Trumps, JD Vances and all of them, what you see with that, they're trying to backtrack. Let's go back to the foundation. So it was good.
And it's really misdirection from either side. With Kamala Harris, there's people on TikTok right now really advocating and pushing for Kamala Harris, saying, oh, she's behind a ceasefire between Hamas and Gaza. Oh, Kamala Harris is pushing for prison reform. Where the hell was Kamala Harris when Maurice Williams was getting executed?
Kamala Harris is washing green. So.
But you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Yeah.
If she was really advocating for prison reform, she could have made a phone call.
Let me tell you something. I got one. I got one for you. I got one for you that everybody know about, that everybody felt.
For votes.
Kamala Harris was in Joe Biden. They both were so for the people, right? How come they waited until a month before the election to drop the gas prices? You seen gas coming down?
Oh yeah.
I was riding over here. It was $2.62. I said, damn, I should have
$2.59.
filled up in Jersey City.
$2.59.
$2.62. I filled up. I filled up in Hillside. I was in Hillside. Filled it up. 282. I need that. Came to Jersey City. He said 260. So I said, damn. I waited. And then I'm just reminded, like, election November. It's October. Gas was. Remember gas went. Because it'd been flirting with $5 before, but then they went back to flirting with $5 like about a year ago. Gas $4.20. As soon as the election get closed, gas is $2.60. Are you serious? Right. Oh, she cares. She cares. She wants to be in power. You understand? Just like any president, they just want to win. You understand? What do I need to do to win? You got to do this. Hey, I'll do this for y'all. That's it. You understand? It ain't deeper than that. It's not sincere. It's not genuine. It's what do I have to do to win the people? And that's the only thing that you're experiencing. You understand?
Come.
And Kamala Harris is saying, no, bring the Hispanics in. Bring all the immigrants in. And then you got the people that want that that's going, we're voting for her. We're voting for her. And then you got Trump saying, man, they're crippling the economy. The people that believe that saying, we're voting for him. We're voting for him. And nobody's telling the truth. You built a country on white Jesus. Fake Christian, well, Christianity is fake anyway. Christianity. You understand? And a constitution that's not supported by the Bible.
Right.
How is your country going to last forever? You understand? Your country ran its course, and now you're trying to backtrack and see. That's it. But nobody wants to tell the truth. Why? Because telling the truth ain't going to get you elected. That was the case, Commander General Hunter would be in office right now.
Damn right.
Understand? If telling the truth is going to get you in the Oval Office, Commander General Hunter would have been in the Oval Office in the 80s. You understand?
Right.
He'd have been in the Oval Office, but he's not. Because telling the truth ain't going to get you nowhere. You got to say, talking to the public, talking to this public in this country is like talking to a woman. You got to say smooth nothings. Hey. Hey. I'm going to stop them immigrants. And the other one got to say, hey, I'm going to allow them immigrants. And something's going to give. You understand? That's the only thing that's going to happen. It's like talking to women and you're saying a bunch of nothing. Just wait until something sticks and she go, okay. You understand? That's the same thing with the public. Okay. You understand? Give me Ezekiel 34:7.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 7. All right, you got it? Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely because my flock become a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field.
Read that again.
Khan. Verse 8. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely because my flock became prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock.
My flock became meat to every beast of the field because there was no shepherd. You understand? Those longshoremen are suffering right now because the black and Hispanic one specifically is all I care about. Because there's no brother in charge of them saying this is what we're going to do and this is what we're not going to do. And as a whole, we're suffering because I just y'all wasn't here. I showed a video earlier of Biden saying, "What Kashaka War? I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing about the longshoremen." Commander General I would never say that. He would never watch you suffer and say, "Hey, trust the process, bro." Like, he would never do that. But Biden is on television talking. What's the word he used?
Right here, Slovakia. Got it right here. Now look it up. Slovakia.
Collective bargaining. He said, "I can't do nothing. It's an agreement in place." Commander I will never sit there and say, "Hey, I can't do nothing," because collective bargaining and watch you suffer and your family starve and you get replaced by a robot. It won't happen. You understand? Because that's not the leader that we want as a whole, blacks and Hispanics. We're stuck with the leaders of whoever the hell is in charge of it.
Right.
You understand? Whoever the hell is in charge of the ports, we're stuck at their mercy. You understand? Because there's no shepherd leading us, and because there's no black man, we all voted for Biden. There's no allegedly by what they say record numbers. Joe Biden had the most votes of any president in the history of history. Amazing. Because we voted for Joe Biden, you're struggling at the point. You ain't got nobody to fight for you because he's going to tell you, hey, you got to collective bargaining. I got my business. I'm going back to golfing now. You understand? He's golfing and you over there fighting for your life in the ports. We don't care.
So that's just going to prove that Christians are insane, sir.
Yes.
Like, they are literally insane. Like, they really must forgot, Slovakia, when Joe Biden said he didn't want his kids to go into school with black people. Like, basically he's saying
in a United Nations meeting. That wasn't in no regular. He was in a meeting with the world leaders.
he didn't get caught saying that. Like, he's
hey, look, we all here, right? There's too many niggas in there, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's too many. What exactly did he say? He said, too many monkeys in the jungle or something. It was something like that. There's already too many monkeys in the jungle. It's so old. It was in black and white. It's so old. It was in black and white. He was
running with Obama.
He was younger. He was fresh in the government. He was fresh. He was might have been a senator. He was like, well, it's up. When they still had that accent, that's how you know it was old. Right. Look, it's too many monkeys in the jungle.
Slap.
Said it. They played it on TV. Played it on TV, and he's the leader for black people. He's the president.
Then it's you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
You ain't black. You ain't black. You know what I'm saying?
50 years later.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We'll fast forward. That ain't happening.
Right.
You don't vote for me, you ain't black enough.
You understand? So finish 8.
It's like, did he reiterate that when he was running with Obama as a vice president?
Reiterate what?
Well, because he said he ain't want his kids going to school with black kids, and that's when
I doubt he said that.
during Obama's first term, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Trump probably bought it up when he was debating.
They were debating. Trump sleazy.
They tell you something. Sidebar. Let me get a sidebar real quick. If y'all don't watch these presidential, I know we like stand-up comedy, right? Y'all like stand-up comedy. I watch the presidential debate like I'm watching Eddie Murphy like in his prime. Like I'm watching Eddie Murphy in his prime. I watched that. What's that brother? What's that damn double name? JD Vance. He was going against Tim Walters.
Yeah.
I watched him fillet him. I'm sitting there watching this like, this is hilarious. This is hilarious because he tried to skate with so much stuff. If y'all not following it, like I was telling Kashak earlier, Tim Walters said, I was in service in Vietnam. And JD Vance said, we bought your records. You was never there. What are you talking about? Never there. What are you talking about? And he said, well, I may have misspoke. No. Oh, you misspoke about the bullets flying, huh? Okay.
That's the one that worked for Kamala Harris, right?
That's the VP for Kamala Harris if she win. If she win, that would be her VP.
But didn't she lie about working at McDonald's and stuff?
Yes, she lied about working at McDonald's. Let me tell you something. She lied about them greens too, I give. If she made greens, and let me tell you something. Either one or two things. She lying about them greens for votes, or she is truly Indian because ain't no black person making no greens in no tub. Man, I had to make so much in the tub. Brother, I done seen black women make a lot of greens for a lot of people because it was a big gathering. Guess what happened? You wash them in bunches, in the pots, and in the sink. You said, we wash these right here. Boom, just side. You get these now. Ain't nobody. I ain't never seen it. I hope I'm more black than Kamala Harris. And I ain't never seen that. You understand? I ain't never seen nobody wash no greens in the tub. They just lie. You understand? They just lie and then they allow me to get away with it. Watch those debates. It's like comedy. You understand? Go ahead.
I was watching Trump and Biden one time, sir, and Trump was saying, Biden was saying something about the war. I ain't trying to get the troops out or something like that. Yeah. And my son died in the war. And Trump was like, yeah, your son did die. It was your fault. He said, he's going to like he was about to cry, yo. He's just shaking his head like,
he's savage.
I'm like, yo, Trump done up. Trump, you
gotta watch him,
man. No pics.
Those debates.
He said, yeah, your son did die.
Those debates are. Them debates is comedy. If If y'all don't watch some comedy, y'all watch some presidential and vice presidential debates. Probably won't be no more because the election is in a month.
Right. Yeah.
So go back and watch them. It's hilarious. And you'll just see how much of a liar your leaders are.
Right.
Liar. Trump, Biden, Kamala, Vance, they all just if you're on social media, you'll see them go back and forth being lying.
Right.
Give me 2 Samuel 22 and 31. Nah, you do. 2 Samuel 22 and 31. And if I could, real quick, too, another reason why you shouldn't blame Hispanics is because they just want an opportunity, which is the same, like I said, y'all say that with drugs, or we say that with drugs. It's the same thing we say when we become rappers. This is rapper sports. It's the same thing you say that we got, that's how we got affirmative action. I got good grades, but I can't get into school. I just want an opportunity. So then you got your opportunity, but you're trying to deny those Hispanic brothers their opportunity of getting out of Mexico, which is a desert.
Right.
You understand? It's a goddamn desert getting out of the Central America, the South Americas, and getting out of Mexico. But the damn thing is a desert, and this used to be all theirs. This was all theirs. You can't deny them the opportunity while you crying and complaining about wanting reparations, about not being able to get into the college of your choice, and you cry and complain, I only got rapper sports. If you ever did any of that, or if you know somebody that did any of that, you can't complain about Hispanics coming over there for an opportunity. Yeah, real quick.
Also, like so, also a second chance at life. Like a lot of fellas, like when they go to job interviews, they're like, I'm just looking for somebody to give me a chance. Like,
While he reading your poor resume, he going, man, you did nothing related to this job ever before. Why should I hire you? There's a chance, bro.
Right.
Work hard and learn it quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why he can't work hard and learn it quick? Why Jose can't do it?
That's
You understand? Go ahead.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 22, verse 31. As for God, his way is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The word of the Lord is tried. He is the buckler to all them that trust in him.
As for God, his way is perfect. He is a buckler for them that believe in him. If you believe in the Lord, like a seat buckle, you understand? Like a seat belt when you're riding in the car is what keeps you safe. Does that mean there's not danger on the road? No. Does that mean you're not going to hit speed bumps, potholes, and all types of messy stuff when you ride through the city? No. You are still going to see that, hit that, stop at the stop sign, stop at the red light. Somebody going to run their red light. You got to be cautious. All of that's going to happen. But the Lord is your seatbelt. So if you do get in an accident, he's there. You understand? He's there, and that's how you look at it when it comes to famine. When it comes to you needing somebody to protect you from the devil. You understand?
Right.
The devil is a person, and you need somebody to protect you from the devil. And the Lord is that seatbelt. It's going to be bumpy, but you're going to be all right. You understand?
God.
No sweat. Any other questions? Y'all direct them next week. As y'all know, for online niggas announcements, classes going to be streamed on this channel 5 days a week. Tune in tomorrow if you want to catch the Patterson class. With that being said, there is like Mudgem. There is like Mudgem Shabbat. Like Mudgem. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Legend Matah. Dismissed.